What's up, guys? Boulevard the Fell-Handed here. We're doing a few more one deep videos just to kind of give, the fans an idea of what happens, how I do business, that sort of thing when I'm rolling around one deep. So, without further ado, let's get to it. We are in Mountain Pass Snow. The green spawned on the southeast side, the red spawned on the northwest side. Normally, what I like to do in this tank is I like to go ahead, go around to H3, post up right there. That way, if someone rushes the middle, you can get shots on them. If they post up and try to spot our guys crossing the open there, you can also get shots on them as well. Just, of course, depending on how far they decide to push up. Now, you're also going to be kind of on the front line here when the shit hits the fan and they start to push that flank. That's kind of the downside. So you need to be ready for, nothing but straight hand-to-dome combat. So you need to be very cautious. You need to keep a full clip. Now, right here, this is more or less textbook where you want to be, just in case, somebody comes around the corner there, posts up the spot, what have you. I don't know why that Leo ran me. At any rate, we're posted up right here. We're keeping eyes out. We're watching the Leo, we're watching the Reds, and these Reds decided to push this flank hard really early. Normally you don't see this until about 11:50 on the clock. So it takes a while for them to kind of get their ducks in a row. Most of the time what happens is they end up posting up about E2 trying to pull some shots. These guys just decided to get right into it. Messed up a shot right there. Apparently there was a rock there. I thought I would be leading them. Ended up not connecting. You're gonna have that. You'll see me kind of do a mixture of snap and scope. What I typically like to do is snap it, right shoulder it, that locks it on, and then aim. So you're gonna see some snapping, some aiming, that sort of thing. I tried to get him on the track. Of course, I managed somehow to do that. I thought I had another round, and of course I did not. And map awareness, that's the watchword for today, because you see this M103 has tried to roll the middle here. We've got good shots on him. Nobody else sees him but me. He's fighting some poor guy over there in the middle. So as soon as I get loaded, the idea here is I'm just going to pull up and I'm just going to straight clip. I'm locked onto him. I've been locked onto him. The reticle is as small as it's going to get. I fired the first shot just to kind of see what happened. I knew I could clip him in 4 rounds. I just kind of was curious to see if the first shot would go in him. And of course it managed to. I pinned every single round, which is rare even in this tank. We also have a T10 just kind of poking out IS-8 there, trying to see what's happening. We have a round for him as well. We're doing quite well personally. The greens here are doing well as well. And we're repelling their attack. If they go really hard on this flank, sometimes they end up just completely pushing the defenders out of the way. I'm sure you've been on that end of the combat there. And with this tank, this Bat Chat 25T, you need to know when to push and when to consolidate. And right now is the time to push. This T57 is not looking in my direction. This 430 just goes through here to try to get some extra kills, do some damage before he goes out. He doesn't know I'm here either. We managed to sneak one in and put another one in there, and then he dies. So we're doing very well personally. That is the downside of running in large platoons, is there's not that much damage to go around. Granted, you can control the board a little better if you've got a 5-man platoon, but there's not quite, there's not enough cake for everybody, in other words. There's a hearse on the bridge I spotted earlier. He's probably still on the bridge. And when you're rushing something like this, where you think he's going to be loaded, you can do so. You just have to be very cautious like I am. Granted, I rushed a shot there because I was terrified of getting shot. He is apparently reloading, but you see, I have really good cover. I've got cover on my hull and to the left of my turret. So he could have shot me, but with me moving around and whatnot, if he started returning fire, I don't know, maybe not. Those things do have some insane accuracy, so, you know, granted, if he was shooting at me, I probably would have just left. That's typically what I do with anybody who shoots at me. So now, we're just rushing up here. We're trying to get some more damage here. We're trying to get these 2 remaining guys. You know, just see if we can't stack a little bit more damage before the end of the game. And in my previous videos, like I said, if you're advancing, if you're not locked in combat, if you're not at a front, you're advancing, you always need to be reloading. So, very rarely should someone catch you without a full clip. At any rate. Guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. 5,511 damage. Bad Chat 25T Tier 10 French medium tank. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share.